Namaste and welcome to my channel. I am Suneha Maiti and thank you for choosing to watch this video. Also, Happy New Year. 2020 was really rough and I sincerely hope that this year is actually a happy one for us. So here I am going to suggest 5 books to you that you can read in 2021 that I'm sure you will love. I will try to put the links to all these books in the description. So let's get started. The first book on the list is Men Without Women by Haruki Murakami. Also, sorry for the background noise. I don't know the building near us, it's always under construction. I don't know what's wrong with that building. But anyway, so this book is a collection of short stories. All the stories are about men who have lost women to either other men or to death. There are 7 short stories in the book and I'm going to read you a brief summary of the first story named Drive My Car. Kafuku, a veteran and widowed actor, hires 24-year-old driver Misaki Watari to chauffeur him around Tokyo due to his license being revoked due to DUI and glaucoma. During their trips, Kafuku occasionally tells her about his life as an actor and his late wife's extramarital affairs. One tale includes how he befriended her final lover, Takatsuki, with the intention of harming him. However, over the course of their 6-month friendship, which was spent mostly binge drinking at local bars, he was never able to find any damning information and instead sympathizes with Takatsuki's observations. He also never learns of his wife's motives, calling it a blind spot in his knowledge of her. After hearing his story, Misaki notes that perhaps his wife having affairs had nothing to do with love and that was a good enough reason to do so. After contemplating this proposition, he falls asleep as she continues driving. I love this book because it not only explores sadness and loss, but in a very simple and powerful way, it also describes loneliness and its effect, how it numbs our emotions and feelings. This is a really good book. The second book on this list is 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. Anyway, so this book is about Maulana Jalaluddin, also famously known as Rumi for his poems on love, and his companion Shams Tabrizi. This book is about how Shams converted a scholar into a Sufi through love. But that's not the only story that this book tells us. It has a parallel storyline where Ella Rubinstein, who is a housewife, finds love again through a manuscript sent to her by a mysterious author. I love this book because it explores the passionate kind of love that sweeps you off your feet. I love the idea that you can find love at anywhere, in any person, and at any point of time in your life. So now the drilling machine is quiet. Oh my god, it started again. Why is it that every time I'm just pushing the record button, it's starting? Anyway, so the third book on this list is Memory Wall by Anthony Doerr. The first thing that impressed me about this book was its geographical variety. The stories are set across 4 continents, and this book is actually a collection of short stories whose central theme is memory, how it brings meaning and coherence to our lives. After all, our memories do make us who we are. So the name of the first story is the same as the name of the book, which is Memory Wall. I'm going to read you a brief summary of all the stories in the book. In the luminous and beautiful title story, a young boy in South Africa comes to possess an old woman's secret, a piece of the past with the power to redeem a life. In the river Nemunas, a teenaged orphan moves from Kansas to Lithuania to live with her grandfather and discovers a world in which myth becomes real. Village 113 is about the building of the Three Gorges Dam and the seed keeper who guards the history of a village soon to be submerged. And in Afterworld, the radiant, cathartic final story, a woman who escaped the Holocaust is haunted by visions of her childhood friends in Germany, yet finds the solace in the tender ministrations of her grandson. Okay, so the fourth book on this list is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This is a really popular book. I'm sure some of you may have already read it. I'm going to start by saying that this book is extremely creepy, but I love it anyway. This is a dystopian novel set in a near-future New England in a strongly patriarchal, quasi-Christian military state known as Gilead. The main character is Offred, who is one of the group of handmaids who are assigned to their respective commanders, who are a ruling class of men, to bear babies for them. I love this book because despite being extremely creepy again, it feels very intimate. Sometimes in the book, it does feel like you are sitting with Offred and talking to her. You know, you are sharing her struggles, her small rebellions, her small victories, her memories of the past, her sorrows, everything. It feels like you're actually talking to her. She's sitting right in front of you. It feels very intimate and close despite its occasional creepiness. It's a really good book. You should read it. Okay, so the fifth and the last book in this series is The Burden by Agatha Christie. Now I know that Agatha Christie is famous for her crime novels and detectives. Oh, by the way, if you have read her detective novels, do let me know in the comments whom do you like more, Miss Marple or Hercule Poirot. Like I was saying, this book is not like the usual kinds of books that she writes. It's a bit different. It revolves around the relationship of two sisters, Laura and Shirley Franklin. In the beginning of the book, Laura hates Shirley because Shirley gets all the attentions from her parents, their friends, and everyone, and Laura is a bit dull and boring. But something happens, and then Laura vows to protect her sister for as long as she's alive. But slowly over the course of the story, you will find that Laura's love for her sister, it becomes darker, almost obsessive, and it becomes a heavy burden on Shirley. I love this book because it explores the darker, obsessive side of love that becomes a burden on a person. And I feel that this kind of love is not that much explored in books, and I love the intensity with which it has been explored in the book. So these were the 5 books that you can read in 2021. I hope you liked this video. Now I know this is my first video and it's a little too early to ask for subscribers, but anyway, if you have stuck to this point in the video, then thank you so much. See you later. Bye.